We are back right here on Mountain Connections, and teachers are under a lot of pressure right now to not only teach the curriculum and do everything they need to do to meet expectations within the classroom, they also are responsible for teaching the health procedures, keeping their students safe. They really are ground zero for passing on that knowledge to their students. Well, I learned about a teacher training that will help with this. Let's find out more.
The back to school season is here and things are different. When and how schools are reopening varies by district, but one thing is clear. Teachers will play an influential role in communicating new health and safety measures. The International Well Building Institute recently unveiled their COVID-19 teacher training program. And joining us today to discuss is President Rachel Gutter. Thanks, Rachel, for being here.
Thanks for having me, Christine.
So how is the COVID-19 teacher training helping prepare teachers for the upcoming year?
Well, we created this 1 hour online self-guided course to equip and empower teachers for the return to the classroom. We wanted to arm them with practical strategies and tips for how they can enhance the health and safety conditions for themselves and for their students. The training is developed based on the CDC's guidelines for schools, and it's backed by the latest science and research.
And do you have any tips to help teachers concerned about their personal safety?
Absolutely. The free course is chock full of those tips. Some of them are going to be more familiar to teachers and really all of us, wearing masks, physical distancing, and washing hands as frequently as possible. But other tips that we have within the course are likely to be less familiar to many teachers, like opening windows to improve airflow wherever that's possible, putting markings down on the floor to help students to understand how to flow through the classroom, and reorienting desks to all face in the same direction to lower the risk of transmission if somebody happens to be infected.
Such useful information for sure for teachers as they head back to school. What is the best way to engage with students, though, especially with these new safety procedures?
Well, as a former educator myself, I know that as soon as you try and introduce something new in the classroom, the first word out of your student's mouth is going to be why. And we know that as students return this year, they're coming with lots of different levels of education and awareness to do a level set and to translate to the student what is a pathogen and how does it spread. We address these themes in the course so that teachers have the fluency to be able to provide that kind of context to their students, because we believe that when students understand the why, they're much more likely to uphold these new protocols.
And how can teachers get the most out of this limited classroom space that's available?
There are a lot of things that teachers can do, and I've mentioned a handful of them. Another strategy that comes to mind is encouraging students and other teachers to limit the number of belongings that are coming in and out of the school or in and out of the classroom, because we know that there is some risk of transmission through the contamination of surfaces. We also want teachers to be thinking about how to educate students on just hygiene best practices. So simple things like sneezing into your elbow or uncovering your mouth when you cough, frequent hand washing or using hand sanitizer when available. These are the things we know are the most powerful strategies for stopping the spread. And we hope that teachers, as always, can be the ones that empower their students with knowledge and model best practices.
Where can we get more information?
You can access the course at no cost at teachers.iwbi.com. And if you're not a teacher, we hope that you'll pass it along, because we all have teachers in our lives.
Thank you so much, Rachel, for this important discussion focusing on teachers returning to school safely.